Ishgard has been tempting Final Fantasy XIV players since the original release, and A Realm Reborn made it no less tantalizing. It's been forever within view but just out of reach due to the enormous gates preventing access to the only bridge to the city. For the first time, those gates opened at the end of the story in the 255 update, with a massive battle against invading Dravania taking place on the bridge. Alas, this was only a taste, as after the battle was done, the gates closed once more until the release of the expansion a week ago. With Heavensward's release, the gates have been swept open and players can finally access the towering city and the areas beyond, and so far I can say without a doubt it's been well worth the wait. This is Hunt for Games with my first impressions of Heavensward. As with most other content in Final Fantasy XIV, the initial entry into this city is unlocked via the first few story quests, continuing right where we left off. These continue to introduce you to the city's layout and the first couple areas surrounding Ishgard. Plenty of side quests litter the landscape, and what a landscape it is. Everything about Ishgard, its floating islands and snowy tundras, is simply massive. Each area puts the largest A Realm Reborn zone to shame, and vertical positioning clearly is going to play a huge role. Every zone is obviously set up with flight in mind, and it's good to see that kind of gameplay element so directly integrated with the zone design. However, this doesn't mean getting around is easy. Only a few story missions in, a black chocobo is placed under your care, and I began to worry that I'd spend the rest of my time in Ishgard safely in the clouds. Flying isn't quite so simple though. Every zone has etheric currents that must be attuned with before flight is even an option. These are found using an etheric compass, which points in the general direction of the next closest, and you'll need each one in a zone before taking to the skies. It's an easy system. The compass can be used while on Chocobo and set to your hotbar, but in forcing you to stay landlocked for a little while, it allows you to appreciate the high cliffs, sudden drops, and long paths around impassable areas. It was working great, and hunting down the etheric currents is a great side activity that allows you to just take in the beautiful scenery. With the introduction of DirectX 11, that scenery is really starting to pop too. Final Fantasy XIV was already a pretty game, but with added graphical elements like tessellation, improved ambient occlusion, and reflective surfaces, it's easy to get totally drawn in by the atmosphere. The new storyline is really picking up too, as the developers wasted no time setting up some intriguing plot developments. Without spoiling anything, the story went out with a bang at the end of 255, with an extended cutscene pushing some huge plot developments. Plenty of cutscenes are fully voiced, and the voice work is clearly of a much higher quality than it was in the initial A Realm Reborn. For better or worse though, that means getting used to some different voice actors for returning characters, which can be unusual to get used to.
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you.
All of the existing jobs have new quest lines as well, with the first starting immediately level 50. Coming from someone who really enjoyed the job quests in A Realm Reborn, I'm really glad to see some of those characters return for more in Heavensward. New jobs are easy to hop into too. A simple quest in Ishgard and I was given a gun and a t-shirt, popped to level 30 and set on my merry way. It took me an hour or so to get a feel for the 12 abilities I was given all at once, but Mackinus seems like a lot of fun. I can't wait to try Dark Knight and Astrologian. The new system does open up for some interesting interactions though, with a flood of players completely fresh to these jobs suddenly queuing for dungeons already at level 30, but it's all in good fun. All in all, Square Enix continues to impress with Final Fantasy XIV, as Heavensward fully supports the $40 price tag for the standard version. With plenty of content to keep me busy for a long time to come, I'm excited to explore more of the areas I've visited and can't wait to see what else is in store. As always, like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe for more videos. Heavensward has plenty left to show, so I'll be sure to follow this up. Thanks for watching.